Hey guys, it's Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, sharing the Bible that's business inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. Thanks so much for being here with me on this journey. If you are new to the platform, go ahead and become a subscriber. You can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I like to just give business inspiration coming from my own journey and experience. For those of you who are new here, just to let you know a little bit about me, I am an entrepreneur. I have been in the world of entrepreneurship since 2006. One of my current businesses I have been owning and operating since 2008. And I'm also a licensed esthetician. My business is more specifically in the beauty industry. And I have a skincare line that I started years ago. So to find out more about those and about me, you can go to my websites. They are in the description box below. But I wanted to share something with you guys and just dive a little bit deeper, because I know that especially online, like I am right now, there's a lot of fluff and pomp and circumstance and sizzle reels and things to just really get people motivated, pumped, and ready, and just feel like you can conquer and take the world and anything is possible. And I'm not saying that everyone that is online is a liar, but I believe in coming from a place of being realistic as well as spiritual as well, because I am someone that talks about my faith, being a believer in God and Jesus and all of that. That's just my personal belief and journey. But I also talk about things that I feel that people really need to hear about, because I often feel that sometimes people mistake what faith really is. And sometimes I believe people feel as if they have faith and they believe in God, that everything is going to go the way that they want it to go. So before I go more into that, I want to play this clip. This is from an empowerment event that was held. I was not in attendance, but I saw this online, and a young lady was asked a question, and I just want you to hear what she had to say.
I'll be the monkey wrench. So I can't hide who I am, and people that actually really know me know that I am a believer in all aspects. I am a Jesus girl through and through and through. And my parents instilled the principle of believing God for everything that I want, and understanding that the Lord will bless me with everything that I want. So it may sound a bit... No, it doesn't sound that way. You know, when you believe God for things and you want them to happen, if it's in His will, it'll happen. So every career choice that I've made has been strategically placed because I've prayed about it. I've spent hours devoted into, getting into the word of the Lord and asking Him to guide my life, because that's the ultimate, He is the ultimate guider in all aspects. So me sitting where I am now was me at 16 years old asking God, in 10 years I want to be here, and Him blessing that wholeheartedly. So the advice that I have, I guess, would be, if there is something that you truly want and it's your heart's desire and it's in His will, you build a relationship with Christ and He'll make it happen for you. So to answer your question lightly, I've never experienced a no in my career, because the Lord has laid it out for me.
Okay, so you heard that, and listen, I want to say that what she said was absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that she was on a panel for business empowerment, and she had the guts to share her faith and how she believes, how she believes her faith has really driven her in her field and gotten her to where she is today. I don't really know much about her, so I'm not going to go into all of that. But clearly you can see she is someone that is pretty young. So we're not speaking of someone in their 40s, 50s, or even 60s for that matter. So she may have experienced nothing but yeses and nothing but open doors and success thus far in her journey of getting to where she desired to be. And this video isn't about teaching about faith and God and Jesus and all of those things, but I have to just say this because I just feel that it's really important, especially since if someone desires to have a relationship with God and Jesus Christ, you got to know that you're doing it because you want a relationship, not because you're trying to get something out of the deal. she mentioned that about because she has a relationship with Christ, now everything works out for her. And it doesn't work that way. If you're someone, if you've read the Bible, you've read the scriptures, you can see that there are people that God literally spoke to him, or them, I should say, and multiple different people. And God literally chose them, and they went through so much. And I feel that, especially in this Western world that we are in, that a lot of people mistake being a believer in God and Jesus Christ to equal success, money, everything working out for you. It doesn't work that way, because if you actually read the word, it actually speaks about those who are believers actually going through a whole lot of things. Okay. And so, again, not making this video about that, but you just have to be honest to know, and people who have experience, and that's why I'm doing this, you have to be honest and say that just because you are a believer doesn't mean that everything is going to go the way that you want it to go. You're always going to have a yes. You're always going to experience an open door. It just doesn't work that way. But ultimately, what I want to say is this. Being a believer, although it does not guarantee you that you're going to have all of the success, all of the yeses, all of the open doors, you continue to move forward, and you continue to believe in spite of the no's, in spite of the closed doors, in spite of the things that you tried that did not work out. You have to trust that you have a purpose and God has a plan for you, and that the plan and purposes for your life are ultimately going to work out. But in business, the Bible says, in business be men. And so you have to be truly realistic, even being spiritual. You have to be truly realistic. And the goals that you have and the things that you're trying to achieve, you may not always get the yeses. You may not always experience the open doors, but you continue to move forward in spite of those things happening. And I'm not saying you continue to move forward through things in terms of, if a door is closed, try to go through that door that was closed for you. No, you just have to trust and believe that ultimately something better is going to work out for you, and the time may not be right now. So you're not always going to experience the yeses. You're not always going to achieve the open doors. You're not always going to get to the level of success that you were hoping to by a certain period of time, or, different things like that. But don't allow those things that don't happen for you when you want it to happen, or things not working out the way that you had hoped or planned, to discourage you completely. You will feel it, because we're humans, and you will have times where you feel sad or disappointed and all of those things. It's real, but don't stay there. In the over 15 years of me having a brick and mortar business, where I've experienced a lot of highs, a lot of success, but I've definitely experienced my fair share of the lows and the valleys, and the moments where I just didn't understand what was going on. But you pivot, you believe, you trust, and you know that ultimately things are going to work out, and you continue to move forward. And that's what I have been doing through this journey. This young lady that said I believe her journey, it's been her journey. She may have always gotten a yes so far, but keep living, keep being in business, keep doing what you're doing. And I guarantee you that at some point she's going to experience that downward moment, or that no, or that closed door, when she was so used to experiencing the yeses, the open doors, the all I do is win, 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 no matter what. That may be, but we don't learn in those always yeses, always open doors. We learn when we go through the processes of things that are situations and experiences that we have to break through, that we have to push through. It's just like working out in the gym. You don't go to the gym to just lift a 2-pound or 5-pound dumbbell. What are you gaining from doing that? You gain by the challenges, lifting the things that are challenging for you, that are kind of a struggle, that are extremely hard and heavy. That's the way we grow. That's the way we build. But when things are always easy for you and every time you go after something, it's always yes, it's always an open door, you're not learning anything from those experiences, and you're also not really growing, because that also can bring about complacency as well. Trust and believe, I know, okay? I know. And I'm also speaking from experience with that as well, because I did have a point in my life where it just was like, every time I looked, it was just growing, and every time, I was working on something, it always worked out. It always succeeded. And then when I hit a plateau and just life situations happening, and also I believe, my personal opinion, the challenges that God allowed to come into my life because he was working on me and he was teaching me some things and he wanted me to grow, then I had to start looking at things differently. So I'm not speaking about this young lady. I'm not talking about her. First of all, I'm not talking about her, but I'm using her as an example that you may have those times in your life where it just seems like everything is always working out. You can also get in a place of not just complacency with that, but you can also get in a place where you're a little bit egotistical. The ego may grow, you may feel a little bit entitled, and also that's how God molds us. He can break you down and build you back up. If he sees pride or just other things in you that honestly is an affront to him, So with all of this, my point in even talking about this is just the fact that I don't want anyone to feel like they're in a place where it doesn't seem like things are working out, and they see things working out for other people where it looks like every time they put their hands to touch something, it just turns to gold. It's always working out. You see them making all the sales and they're profitable and people love them and follow them and want to, they're actually asking them to make stuff so that they can buy it. Like, that's the type of world and culture that we live in. And it's crazy in a way, but it's just the nature of the beast, because God created us to worship, my personal opinion. And even though he created people to worship, he gave people the choice in what or who they want to worship. So he's never made anyone believe in him, never made anyone believe in Jesus. And when you don't worship what I believe God has created you to worship, and I'm preaching a little bit right here, I believe that's when people get into idolization. And they may not even really realize it. So they may become a fan of someone that they see on TV or a reality show or a musician or whatever. And they're always in their comment sections on social media and say, oh, well, you should create this. You need to make this. And, and they're willingly, literally willingly spending their money to bolster up this person's life and lifestyle that really doesn't even know that you exist. I'm not judging anyone that does that, but I'm just basically saying that it's real out here. That type of stuff happens all the time. So we just have to really be careful about how we go about things. And if you are someone that is in business, or you are aspiring to be a business owner, and you see other people where it looks like they're succeeding and then you're trying and it doesn't seem like things are working out for you, you can not only start doubting yourself, but you could also start doubting God. And I don't think that people should correlate all of the things working out for them all the time as what a blessing always is. Not all the time, because it doesn't mean that because things aren't working out for you the way it's working out for this person over here, this woman over there, that it means that they're blessed and you're not. And then you start questioning yourself, well, what did I do wrong? And it's just, no, everyone's life doesn't work out that way. And then the other thing too, which we just have to really be careful about as well, is that people can present themselves in so many different ways on social media and create the narrative. That's one of the reasons why, not the only, but one of the reasons why when I come to you guys on my platform to talk about life, my experiences, giving business inspiration, talking about beauty tips, because that's the world that I'm in as a business owner in the beauty industry. I try to come before you as transparent as possible, so I don't come with a whole lot of cover up and makeup and dressed up and whatever. Although, I'm not knocking that. It's fine if that's what some people want to do, but I'm trying to come before people to be just as honest as transparent as possible. I may flub my words a little bit. I'm not editing that out so that I'm sounding so polished and perfect. And it's a hard thing to do too, because this is a challenge for me even coming before you guys this way, because dealing with being that person that deals with the perfectionism syndrome, and that's something that I've talked to a number of people that are born around the same time as I am, a Virgo, and we deal with that stuff. It's like, you have that urge to just try to people please and not trying to be fake or phony, but you feel that you owe it to people to come before them a certain way. So I understand the Beyonce thing and the perfectionism. It's a real thing. I believe, honestly, it can be a hindrance. And if you're not Beyonce, where you have the money and the assistance and all of that stuff that she has had the opportunity to work for, granted, to build over all these years, you may not even try at all because you feel like it's just not good enough. Preaching to the choir right here. So anyway, guys, I just thought it was really important and it was personal for me to just share this with you guys, because what better place to do it than right here on my platform? I could have left a comment in the comment section where I saw this on social media, but I decided not to do it because I didn't want to come across as an antagonist or I was a hater, like people like to do. Oh, you're just a hater, you're jealous, and all that ridiculous stuff that people like to say when you're just really sharing your views on a particular subject that people are sharing on social media. And because you're not going along with the groupthink or the popular thought of just saying, yes, preach queen, that's right. And it's like, it's cute and it may even feel true for her right now, but I guarantee you, keep living. She's still young, but keep living. You definitely will get to a place that you will experience at least one no, at least one open door, or two, or multitude. And honestly, again, she's saying this on an empowerment panel. It could be also not the truth. She definitely could have already experienced a no or a closed door. But honestly, there is nothing wrong with getting the no's and the closed doors. Not that they feel good, because I'm not saying that it feels good to get that. But what are you taking from that situation? What are you learning from that experience of the closed door or the no that you received? And sometimes it's not no completely, but it's not right now. And when I say not right now, it may not be the words from the particular company, organization, or persons that you may have approached, but from God. No, my daughter, no, my child, no, my son, not right now. I have something better for you. I have another way. I have a better plan. I have a better situation for you. Just wait, be patient. Don't doubt me. Don't give up. I got you. I love you. And I'm also trying to teach you something in this no, in this closed door. And I can say that that has been my experience over the years, because again, the no's and the closed doors don't feel good at the moment, but I also try to use those moments as self-reflection to look in the mirror and say, okay, what is it within me, or what is it within my business or my plan or whatever it was that I need to brush up, polish, and mold and remake or break down and rebuild, So anyway, I really hope you got something from this. You can let me know that you are going to continue to move forward in spite of the no's and the closed doors in the comment section. You can go ahead and subscribe to this channel and like the video and share it with someone that you know, like, and love. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I am Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, sharing the Bible. That's business inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So you can find out more about me again by going to my websites. The links are in the description box below. And until the next time, I hope and pray you all have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.